Hi, hello. Welcome to another episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is April the 15th, 2024. Hopefully, this episode finds you well, in good spirits, and high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. Hopefully, you got that Garfield lasagna on the Monday today. As for me, I did achieve it. It's been a good day. I've enjoyed myself. The dark thoughts were at a very low minimum, so we like that. We love to see it, love to hear it. Let's see here. Food corner. Food corner was fun. I had a nice fun game day yesterday, so we're gonna kind of blend the fooding and the gaming. Got to play some Magic the Gathering with some homies. It was a nice little game day. Also, I didn't expect this, but I came in and they were finishing up Glass. They were watching that movie, M Night Shyamalan joint. I gotta say, I have watched that before, and I kind of still have my same little beefs and scruples with said movie, but it was fun to watch it with people and not alone, kind of just like talking shit. So that was cute. That was fun. But yeah, food corner. Had a couple pieces of Domino's pizza, pepperoni, and that was good. Then let's see here. Also a cinnamon roll. Excuse me. Of course, I had my classic boy lunch to survive until we had some pizza, which was a beer, a Gatorade, and gummies. These gummies were the Blue Sharks. I saw them in the aisle at the gas station. And I'm like, I gotta have these. I haven't had these in so long. There's just something so mysterious and yummy about the gummy shark to me. Not my favorite gummy. Sour Patch Kids are definitely my favorite, but I respect the blue gummy sharks for sure. I feel like if I had a sour blue gummy shark, it would really fucking heal me. But we'll save that for another day maybe. Let's see. I was still feeling hungry though after I had the couple pizzas of pizza. So on my way home, I make a stop at Chipotle and get a burrito bowl. And they were out of the steak, so I got a carnitas and sofritas, little half and half bowl action with some chips and some hot salsa. And this time I got the vinaigrette. People keep yapping about the vinaigrette, and I've had it before, and it's one of those things where like I don't like it on paper if I'm being honest, but like when you put that shit on your bowl, when you put that shit on a taco or something, it does enhance it. It does make it better. I saw someone today, they mix sour cream and the vinaigrette, and I was like, ooh, that's good. That's smart thinking. I don't like getting too extra though in the Chipotle line. You know what I mean? That shit makes me grumpy. I hate when people do that shit right next to me when I'm trying to get my shit in. So I try not to be that guy. But the Chipotle was good. It was nice too because I feel like on the day my stomach of course is still pretty hurty. It's still pretty I'm going through it, but I feel better now, and I felt better sooner, I think, because we had the sofritas option, something I learned when I was like really binging Chipotle all the time. But yeah, okay, so we're done yapping about food and my precious little life. Let me go ahead and do my startup. Hopefully, you take the startup with me. Why don't you come to the meeting, and we'll go ahead and get into some news. Ooh yeah. Okay. Ooh. From NBC News, two missing Kansas women may have been killed in bitter custody battle. Officials say. Okay, so true crime right the fuck now. A custody battle might have led to the deaths of two Kansas women who vanished on their way to pick up one of the pair's children for a birthday party last month in Oklahoma. Court papers revealed on Monday. Remains are found in Texas County, Oklahoma, but have not yet been identified as Veronica Butler, 27, and Jillian Kelly, 39, both of Hugon. Oh, I cannot pronounce this. Hugoton? We're gonna say Hugoton. Hugoton, Texas. No, god damn it. Hugoton, Kansas. Official said. Okay, all right. Cross state caper here. It has been a tragedy for everyone involved. Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation director director Angela Spurlock told reporters, "Our condolences go out to the family. Ungala is a new name for me. New name unlocked. I've never heard Ungala, and yeah, now we've all heard that name. The OSBI had said in a statement posted on X that its agents, along with Texas County Sheriff's personnel, recovered the bodies in a rural part of the county. 4 people were booked into the Texas County Jail on suspicion of first-degree murder, kidnapping, and conspiracy to commit murder Saturday in connection with the probe. They were identified by the State Investigation Bureau as Tad Burt Cullum, 43, Tiffany Michelle Adams, 54, Cole Earl Twombly, 50, and Cora Twombly, 44. The 4 were arrested in Texas County and neighboring Cimarron County. So, I mean, to me, I'm new to the scene. I just picked up the story today. I may have heard it like offhand while I was like listening to a bunch of new stuff, but it's definitely a lot going on because it's something that's crossing like multiple states and places. But then also we have 4 suspects, like with all I imagine different motives and reasons for like hopping into this plot. I mean, at least alleged plot, I should say. Alleged. I'm gonna smack that throughout the whole thing here and now. But let's just try to make heads and tails of this as we go throughout this article. Adams was in a problematic custody battle with Butler, who had 2 children with the defendant's son, Wrangler Rickman, according to an affidavit by OSBI Special Agent Jason Ott. Butler had supervised visits with her children every Saturday, and she, along with her friend Kelly, were on their way for such a meeting on March 30th, according to Ott's affidavit supporting Adams' arrest. Butler planned on bringing her daughter to a birthday party, but after they did not arrive, the family began looking for Butler, the affidavit said. Butler's car was discovered in Texas County with signs of a violent struggle, officials said. Blood stained the nearby ground on Butler's glasses were also found in a roadway south of the vehicle near a broken hammer. Rickman was in a rehabilitation facility in Oklahoma City at the time of the disappearance, the affidavit said, and he does not appear to be a suspect. Rickman also had disputes with his mother, Adams, the affidavit said. At times, Adams would keep the children and refuse to turn them over to Rickman, even though he had legal custody of them, according to Ott. A key witness in the case is 16-year-old daughter of suspect Cora Twombly. And I feel like this kind of helps tie it up, so that's kind of why we kind of have to read through a little bit more here than I like to. But the girl identified as CW said Cora Twombly and the suspect's husband, Cole Twombly, told her on March 29th they wouldn't be home when she got up the next morning because they were on a mission, according to the court affidavit. When the couple returned home at noon, they asked their daughter to clean their Chevy pickup truck. That's crazy. Hey, we just got home from doing our little mission. Now you got to detail our fucking truck, man. Fuck. Those are the times where I'm like, man, parents are such fucking assholes. It's like, you guys are literally doing a crime and trying to implicate me, technically. Go fuck yourselves. Anyway, CW asked Cora what had happened and was told things did not go as planned, but they would not have to worry about her. Butler, again, the court document said, CW is told that Cora and Cole blocked the road to stop Butler and Kelly and deliver them to where Adams and Cullum were. CW asked about Kelly and why she had to die and was told by Cora that she wasn't innocent either, as she had supported Butler. CW asked Cora if their bodies were put in a well, and Cora replied something like that. Adams purchased 3 prepaid cell phones from a Walmart on February 13th, according to the affidavit, and all 3 were in the areas where Butler's car was located and last known of Butler and Kelly at the time of their disappearance. Butler and Kelly were the subjects of an endangered missing advisory distributed by Oklahoma authorities on March 30th. after the vehicle they were in was found in Texas County, OSBI said. It wasn't clear if the suspects had legal representation on Monday afternoon. So yeah, I mean, this was definitely not some like random kind of murder, disappearing act kind of situation. It definitely seems like there was just a plot hatched between these four people, and they intended to execute it. But I'm really thinking about this, and I'm like, wait, this is over like a custody battle or something, and maybe you just you didn't like Butler. Like, is it really that worth it that you go to these kind of links? Links, not links. It's just so intense. It just feels like such a sharp shock to read. I really had to like read it over and over again to kind of make heads or tails of what the fuck was happening. But definitely want to keep you guys posted if I find out any more here. But yeah, I don't know. This felt like almost like a Fargo situation or something, but like less stakes. I hate to say that, but like, obviously condolences, to the family, to the victims. Sorry. That's a shame. You know what I mean? Especially thinking too, like, I mean, not that Butler did anything wrong. I'm not blaming the victim at all, 0 iota. But like, thinking of the friend, you're just a friend. Like, hey, I'm here for moral support, and I gotta die today. Like, what the fuck? Once again, I'm saying this to say that the rationale behind all the people who are implicated in this potentially, it's just crazy. I can't make heads or tails of that personally. But let's go on to another news event. From Eyewitness News, ABC 7, recruit firefighter killed on 101 freeway in Studio City while trying to help at crash scene. A recruit firefighter was killed in an accident on the 101 freeway in Studio City Monday morning. The crash was reported at 5:11 a.m. on the northbound lanes at Capo de Cahunga, according to the California Highway Patrol. The victim, identified only as a recruit firefighter, was rendering aid at a traffic collision when he was killed, according to the Los Angeles City Fire Department. We're told he got out of his car to help, and sometime during that period, the recruit was struck by another vehicle. So yeah, I mean, it's obviously very unfortunate. I know they did a whole procession for him. Once again, condolences to the family. These are definitely one of those things where it's like, hey, this is someone, dying in the line of duty. And I don't know, it's definitely easier for me to do this and have these kind of sympathies, of course, for someone who's a firefighter. Like, you don't hear fucking shitty stories of like a firefighter like doing some racist fucked up shit, or like, at least last time I heard about that kind of stuff was maybe like the civil rights era, when like maybe like the firefighters putting hoses on black people. Maybe that was a time you were like, fuck firefighters. And I'm sure there's some stories. I'm sure people could shoot me some articles and tell me some things. But, overall, I don't have any problem with a rescue me ass motherfucker. You know what I mean? And if you know what I'm talking about there with that joke. I make jokes for the very niche community here, very small group of people. But yeah, anyway, let's hit another beat, is what I meant to say. All right. From NBC News, Rust movie armorer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed sentenced to 18 months. Rust armorer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed was sentenced to the maximum penalty of 18 months in prison in a Santa Fe, New Mexico court Monday for the killing of cinematographer Hanya Hutchins after being found guilty of involuntary manslaughter last month. The judge referenced Gutierrez-Reed's lack of remorse ahead of handing down the sentence. Your attorney had to tell the court you were remorseful, she said. I'm not surprised by this. It definitely kind of seems that like Gutierrez-Reed kind of had like this like kind of personality that was very rock-like, and like she seemed to be almost like defiant in this moment. And it's like, no, dude, you are definitely responsible in the situation that someone got killed. And like, it was nice here because I kind of want to zoom down. I don't want to get too in the details. We've talked about this a decent amount, and we will be talking about it again come, I think, July, when we do Alec Baldwin's portion of the trial. But in recorded jail phone conversations with her mother, boyfriend, and her attorney's paralegal, Gutierrez-Reed called jurors idiots and assholes while complaining about the length of time it took them to deliberate, according to a recent filing by prosecutors. And also in phone calls, she said she would not testify in Alec Baldwin's upcoming criminal trial if subpoenaed, and that she wants him to go to jail too. Which I love the duality of that because like she's like too angsty or angry or whatever to like put in the work to like testify against Alec Baldwin, but she wants him to like rot in a cell with her because I'm sure maybe in her head it's everyone else's fault but her own. The way I kind of look at it is there's more blame on Gutierrez-Reed here because you're the armorer. You're the person who was hired to be the professional. There should not be any live rounds on set, let alone live rounds mixing in with dud rounds on set. Like it's insane. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. I don't think that Alec Baldwin is innocent in this situation, but I don't think it's in the sense of, well, it's like, well, he pointed the gun. It's his fault. He should have known better because what he should have known is that this is a gun filled with blank ammunition. I think Alec Baldwin's sins are, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, is that he was probably very cheap with the staff. He was pushy with the staff. He wanted to get a very cheap, efficient thing done and essentially kind of let lapses go. And you're the producer as well as the actor here. And the fact that he's the producer and let the shit go, that's kind of like the one and the two here is like, you let this shit kind of fall by the wayside in your own way, and then you did the thing where you point a gun at someone. You shouldn't do that. That's technically like a no-no on set. And then you pull a trigger. You shouldn't do that. That's why he lied. That's my actual real number two. Sorry. I'm a little... But, he tries to say, hey, I didn't even pull the trigger, y'all. I just, sure, maybe aimed the gun. I'm rehearsing, but I didn't pull the trigger. And literally, we have FBI forensics that is going to say, you did, dude. There's no other way that this gun goes off unless someone pulls the trigger, which is you. So, I don't know. I think my takeaway here is that 18 months for this kind of situation, someone died. Like, for the family, everyone involved, like, is 18 months that long, especially when you get out for potentially good behavior or some shit? No, it's not. It's a drop in the bucket. Like, this isn't solving anything. I do agree that I think Gutierrez-Reed is not really repentant. I don't think she feels guilty. Sure, she shed a few tears on a testimonial or something during the sentencing, but I don't think she feels bad or feels even remorseful. But who gives a shit? It's whatever. That's all a part of, the criminal justice system and reformation or rehabilitation, and Lord knows if that even fucking works. But yeah, just want to give you guys the update there. And like I said, probably won't be talking about this too much until Alec Baldwin steps up to the plate. But look, once again, it kind of gives us a snapshot of maybe what we're gonna see, because if she got convicted, technically this is the guy. Like, I think there are some people who are like, no, you should have been more responsible, Alec Baldwin. Like, you should have, not aimed it at someone, blah, 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 blah. So, we'll see how, a jury is going to actually rule here and what they say, how that goes. But let's go ahead and move on to the next bump. Let's see here. From Politico. Ooh, let me find my mouse. Okay. Germany makes changing legal gender easier. German lawmakers voted Friday in favor of the Self-Determination Act, making it easier for transgender, intersex, and non-binary people to change their gender entry at the country's registry office. In a roll call vote on the controversial law, 374 MPs voted in favor, 251 against, and 11 abstained. Under the Self-Determination Act, people aged 14 and older will be able to change their first name and gender entry by making a declaration to the registry office. For minors over the age of 14, they will need their parents or legal representatives' consent. In a case of children under 14, the parents would need to submit the necessary declaration to the registry office. This is not surgery. This is not anything other than just saying, hey, I want to change my name, my gender to reflect my identity as I see and feel it. It is no deeper than that. It always astounds me that there are people who want to criticize this and have a problem with just this alone. They find it to be something that is confusing, disruptive, potentially even malignant to like women or something. You hear all these arguments. Some of them are here. You hear some people trying to like make fun of the people who want to do this, and it just seems so brutish and so childish and dumb. When it's just like you want to try to make this something scientific or whatever, when really this is a society thing. This is an identity thing. Like, I feel like I am this person. This is who I am. Just period. That's it. And people literally lose their minds if you want to fucking change that or say that. It's not even sometimes it's a change. You just realize, like, this is who I am. This is what I want to be. Like, I've been this my whole life. I just didn't know how to word it or get here. And it's crazy that that's something that you have to fight with people about. You know what I mean? And this is an international conversation. It just should just be, to me, easy. It should. And I get it. People have this knee-jerk reaction because they're confused and it is an other thing. And people's reaction to something that is just different from them is to go, should I hate this? And which is crazy and it's dumb. But I think that is something that you can find in people. It's sadly just a thing. But to lean on that and go deeper, and then for these politicians to try to use this shit to like get points or manipulate other people, their constituents, I hate it. I hate the people who buy into it. Boo to all those people. Boo to you if you are that. I don't know how you wound up clicking this shit. I'm sorry you thought I was gonna be somebody else and you made it this far. I have a tomato for you. Pow pow. But yeah, you know, I'm really happy to see this shit. Clap it up. We love to see it. Once again, boo to the people who were critical of this shit and who are trying to get in the way of this. Because once again, this isn't even a thing where it's like we're doing any kind of reassignment or anything. It's just saying, hey, this is who I am now. And I would like you to, you know, respect that. You see this? I went through the hassle of going to get the piece of paper. But I'll tell you, I know that some people think that might be nothing, but as a person who has gone through any just even like a name change, there's a power in it. And it is a chance to be like, I'm owning this. This is me. I went through this bureaucratic bullshit to make sure that I could declare this to the world. And like now I have the paper proof to prove it. It does do something for you. I can totally understand that. So amen. I'm happy to see it. We love to see that shit. So yeah, kudos to Germany on this one at least. You know, at least for the most part. Hooray, democracy. But speaking of democracy, we're gonna end this on a very short blip of an update. Kind of ringing the bell, if you will. But you got to start off. We'll go ahead and end it with our last break. How about that? Go ahead. Once again, you can take that with me. Why not? You know, let's have some chips or something. Have an energy drink with me. We'll go half. I like you. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. CNN politics. Trump's historic hush money trial begins with jury selection. So, Donald Trump was in court Monday as a jury selection began in his criminal hush money trial. This is a Stormy Daniels shit. More than 50 potential jurors were dismissed after saying they could not be fair and impartial. Potential jurors will continue to be vetted tomorrow, though questions that could signal political views. Whatever, I'm not reading that correctly. Will continue to be vetted tomorrow through questions that could signal political views. Excuse me. A panel of 12 New Yorkers and 6 alternates will ultimately be selected. So yeah, this is some shit, you know, from 2016. It's finally getting started. Trump has tried so hard to delay this shit, even like trying to sue the judge, and it just didn't work. You know, he's gonna have to actually at least kind of quote unquote face the music. You know, I don't really intend to give you guys the blow for blow here. I know I talk about Donald Trump way too much, but I mean, this is a partial political podcast. I just kind of have to. But, you know, maybe if there's any big highlights, revelations, I'll make a pit stop to talk about it. But I think this guy is going to delay it as much as possible. I don't know exactly what the scheduling is as of yet in terms of how this is going to go. I really hope it's interesting though. I hope I have some interesting shit to bring y'all, and it's just not a delay, or a delay, or a delay. Because I mean, shit, his legal team is so good at that. They're like the Harlem Globetrotters of fucking delaying prosecution. um, and I mean, it makes sense if they can get to November and he wins. He gets this shit just changes in so many ways. I think like I know the Atlanta one's still going to be in play. I don't know about the other two big ones, but I mean, we're finally making it here. We're finally getting a big criminal trial, technically. And I know, like, I've even talked to some of my little local hogs at work, and it's here. It's funny to hear their opinions, and it's also I've even listened to some legal analysts and go, yeah, I mean, this is a thread the needle kind of case. It's not something that you try every day. So we'll see how it goes. I really kind of don't care what the outcome is. I'm kind of just here with the popcorn to see what happens. I kind of just like seeing Donald Trump face the music. Like, it's been nice seeing him get, like, those civil lawsuits. Like, good. I'm glad this motherfucker's gonna pay up. He's probably gonna kite the money as long as he can. But, like, it's good that he owes some shit. Fuck. That's all I really want to see. I want to see this motherfucker walk on glass. He deserves it. Shit. But yeah, that's it. I think that's really all we have for today. I know I've yapped and yammered. But if you'd like to help out, support the effort, I do have a Patreon. Patreon.com/Isaiah News. You can become a newsie today. I can also take any feedback on my email, isaiahnews1@gmail.com. Also, feel free to follow me or find me on the socials, either me or the podcast, or I, myself. I don't know how you word that grammatically. But yeah, hopefully you're subscribed to the YouTube. Really helps out a lot. Hit the thumbs up, leave a cool comment. I love when y'all hit me up and just talk shit. It's great. I love talking about news with y'all. It really makes my fucking day. But yeah, hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love ya. Bye-bye. Mwah.